Penicillin was discovered by Professor Fleming at St. Mary's Hospital in London. One day, in the year 1928, he was examining some sepsis germs grown on jelly before sending them to be destroyed. He noticed that one of the dishes had gone moldy, and that round the patch of green mold, the sepsis germs were dying. Then he examined this strange mold. He found that it belonged to the family of molds called Penicillium. The original spore had probably drifted in with the air, and growing on the jelly in the dish, had produced a mold which was an enemy of the sepsis germs. He grew the same mold in other dishes, and found that it stopped the growth of some kinds of germs, among them the staphylococci, which cause skin diseases, infections in wounds and bones, and sometimes septicemia. Although on others it had no effect, some powerful natural antiseptic was obviously exuded from the mold. Professor Fleming christened the broth containing the antiseptic Penicillin and published the results of his work in a paper in 1929. It was not until 1938 at the Sir William Dunn School of Pathology at Oxford that the next development in the story of penicillin took place. Here, Professor Florey, pathologist, and his colleague Dr. Chain, biochemist, planned a wide investigation of antiseptics produced by molds and germs. They decided to make a fresh study of penicillin. This was a great help, and by means of this method and the chemical experience gained, they were finally able to obtain penicillin in powder form, still very impure, but already a powerful germ killer. The problem was now one of production. This was still entirely dependent on the amount of mold which could be grown and the time that it took to grow. In spite of war conditions, many firms took up the new and difficult job, and thousands of bottles containing the liquid nourishment were prepared. They were inoculated with pure Penicillium spores. In specially built rooms at controlled temperatures, the mold grew on the liquid. After the mold had exuded the penicillin into it, the liquid was poured off. But from a whole day's work, only this much penicillin-containing liquid was obtained. From this, the penicillin had to be extracted by a series of long and complicated processes. Finally, they produced the vital yellow powder. D-Day was approaching. Penicillin was of vital importance. It was essential to find out whether it could be used to treat battle casualties. In 1943, the War Office sent out a medical research team to North Africa. Army surgeons tried the new method suggested on wounded evacuated from Italy. The results were excellent. The War Office made plans for every casualty to receive penicillin treatment from the front line to the base hospital. Meanwhile, Nat is home. Penicillin has done its work of preventing infection, and very soon he will be able to move about the ward. For him, as for so many other wounded men, penicillin has not only saved life or limb, it has reduced suffering and shortened the road to recovery. Penicillin, like radium, insulin, and the sulfonamides, is a great weapon for healing in man's battle against disease.